Now that we have our routine built, I want to show you guys something really cool that we can do inside of our routine to really let Sam help us out in a really big way. So this is one of the coolest parts of the Systems Accelerator Manager, and inside of the communication matrix, this kind of unlocks things that just traditional systems aren't going to allow you to do. So today we're going to be looking at that objective inside of those actions. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. All right, now that we're inside SAM, we're going to go on the left-hand side back into the routines. Now, you might only have one routine, but if you have built lots and lots of routines and you need to, you can search up the new lead welcome, and you're going to see that routine that we built yesterday. Now, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to add an additional activity. So let's go ahead and on the right-hand side, click this little plus button, and we're going to go ahead and add this new activity. So this new activity is going to be a post call follow-up. And this post call follow-up, we're going to set for one. We're going to set it to hour after the entry date. So the reason for this, an hour after this resource has been sent out, because the template said, hey, let's schedule a phone call, I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my schedule. Now, whether or not they reach out to me in an hour, that's totally up to them, but we're going to build it into our schedule as if this is already occurred, and then we can address it later. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow in the calendars how we can address that if for some reason they don't call us in the first hour. But let's go ahead and set it to that. Now, the duration of this, again, I'm going to set to 15 minutes. 60 minutes is the default, and it's going to take up a little block in our calendar. But for now, let's just go ahead and leave it at 15 minutes. Then I'm going to select a color. Now, we used blue yesterday, so let's go ahead and set it to green today. And then again, we're going to leave ourselves as the contact. Now, once we're here, we're going to go ahead and add an action. And this action title is going to be the post call follow-up message. This one is also going to be automatic. So we're going to select for automatic processing. And this specific one, it's only going to have one action in this activity. It's going to be a message again, but we aren't going to select a template for this. We're actually going to use the objective section for today. So what we're going to do is we're going to input this objective, and I have included that in the email you guys received so that we can look over it. Now, again, a little refresher on objectives. It's just the overall goal of what you're hoping to accomplish. And we have these in our resources. We have these in that template building, but this is going to be what Sam references when we're telling him to create something. So we're going to go ahead and look at this objective. Write a new message that addresses details from their priorities list in the contact. So if you guys remember that priorities list inside the contact, that's their hopes, dreams, wishes, goals for what they're looking for in a property, right? Add 3 to 5 typical priorities for a first-time buyer if they don't have these, right? So we've kind of encompassed if they do have them, if we weren't able to get that phone call and have that conversation with them, we just don't know what they're looking for yet, that's fine. Sam will just grab 3 to 5 that are typical priorities, right? Acknowledge each of their needs and concerns, and then share how we, as a real estate company, are going to help them be addressed during the first-time home buying process when they choose us. So this is a really great objective for, here's what we're hoping to do. We're hoping to send them a message. We're going to address their concerns. We're going to showcase how we are the ideal solution, and then we're going to move forward. Now, if you notice, we do have the shimmers on the right-hand side, and what that does is it allows us to take a little preview look at what Sam would be able to generate using this specific objective. So clicking that, Sam's going to think about what does this objective look like, and then it's going to pop up a preview for us of a potential message, so we can kind of make sure that that objective is going to be a good objective. Now, I have tested this specific objective several times, so we're good to go. Now from here, we're going to leave the message type as preferred email. And then again, I don't need to have an additional recipient on this specific message. So now all we have to do is save this. Then we're going to save the action. And then from here, we do want to make sure that this routine is set to active. Once it's set to active, anytime the important date is filled out, boom, this routine gets started. So from here, now what we have is a complete routine using the two different types of ways that you can build actions, whether they are using templates or whether we're asking Sam to help us out a little bit. Now, the really cool thing about asking Sam to help us out is the specific contact that is being triggered in this routine. Sam can reference their specific priorities list and use those details that we have added to that specific person to build a message that is custom to them. So this is something that, again, like I said, you're just not going to have access to in other systems. It's one of the just ultimate workhorses of SAM, and I'm so excited to be able to give this to you and for you to be able to use this. Now, what we're going to be doing in the next training is we're going to be looking at the calendar and understanding where these activities go once this routine has been triggered. And after that, we're going to be looking at the outbox and understanding how messages that Sam creates are reviewed before being sent out, because ultimately you are going to be the one in charge. So let's go ahead and I will see you on the next training, but make sure you've got this routine fully built out and ready to go, and I will see you there.